Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss words are just not happening anymore today. The drama film One True Loves. So this stars Philippa Sue, Simi Lou, Luke Bracey, Michaela Conlon. I have not personally known Michaela Conlon, but I've known of her. I've been a fan of hers since 2005 with Bones. Right, she played Angela for 12 seasons on Bones. She was in Enchanted. Disney's Enchanted in '07. She was in something else recently. We talked about her. I love Michaela. She's a goddess amongst us mere mortals who deserves the world, and she's not in enough projects, and it drives me nuts. I just love her riz, her charisma. It's just wonderful to see her in action, and she plays almost the same character in regards to that kind of riz. Her playing, her character on Bones obviously is a tech wizard, but besides the point, Simu Liu we all know and love as Shang-Chi from The Legends of Shang-Chi and Avengers, but future Avengers. He's not technically been in an Avengers project yet. He will be. Luke Bracey, he was in Holiday. He's been in a bunch of different projects. I'm not quite familiar with Philippa Sue. This is the first time I've seen her. But the four main actors. Oh wait, Tom Everett Scott. Tom Everett Scott was in this as well. I forgot all about Tom Everett Scott. The nerve of me. I'm embarrassed with myself. Dishonor of my family. Everybody does a great job with their roles. But this was the longest hour and 40-minute film I've ever seen in my life. It's so weird because you have incredibly talented people, and I have no problem with the work that they did. It's the story, the pacing is awful, and it's interesting because the cinematography in this was gorgeous. The pure shot, the profile shots, the wide panned angles of certain scenes, like, bro, it was beautiful. And then you have the beautiful score in the background of all the violins playing and the different piano playing and the very getting that mood, that melodic kind of mood for this drama film. Gorgeous. The score was gorgeous. The cinematography was gorgeous. The actors were gorgeous. They did a great job with the material they were given, but the material they were given was trash. And the way the story was spoken, trash. And what's very concerning is the film is based on a book. And the author of the book co-wrote the screenplay. And that throws up so many red flags. What in the hell happened where their property became this film? What happened? What happened with the directing? What happened with the editorial aspect? What happened? Because I would have complete and utter heart failure if that had happened with Alice Osman writing the screenplay for her Heartstopper books to be turned into the Netflix series on Netflix. Obviously, hence me just saying the Netflix series. She does an incredible job with her property being translated into her show. Gorgeous. Rick Riordan is one of the executive producers on Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Disney Plus original show, based on his books. He co-wrote many of the scripts. He executive produced. He had the final say in regards to the cast, especially with Leia. And he said, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you, says about you, says to you. Just know I picked you. I picked you to play my character. Bro, the show is incredible. His project, his show, incredible. Casey McQuiston, having a guest appearance. She didn't technically write the screenplay for Red, White, and Royal Blue, which Matthew Lopez, directed. And he did an incredible job with the direction based on the incredible story that Casey created. Yes, she did not technically have final inputted say in things, but she was very involved in regards to the production aspect, in regards to, meeting the cast and throwing insights. And there was a beautiful conversation between her and Matthew saying that, listen, the book is mine and the movie is yours, but we've worked together. And it's beautiful how that was translated. We've gone on hour-long tangents about how incredible Red, White, and Royal Blue is. Absolutely incredible. I don't know how, in comparison's sake, those are three beautiful examples. Red, White, and Royal Blue, Heartstopper, and Percy Jackson and the Olympians. How the authors of those books were involved with the production of the film/TV series. The author of this book, One True Loves, co-wrote the screenplay, and I don't know what happened. because it was just trash. It was so slow and it was so boring. And I've said numerous times, when you want to tell me a flashback story, it's got to be appropriate. You can't do 3 minutes in the past, 4 minutes in the present, 2 minutes in the past, 6 minutes in the present. You can't do it. You got to give me a logical break. If you want to do 20 minutes in the past, 10 in the present, 15 in the past, fine. But when you're doing 2 and 6 and 3, and it's mind-numbingly, I want to strangle someone for allowing that to happen. I've said this numerous times within those Netflix properties that Mike, I forget his last name, he The Haunting of Hill House, the etc. Right, Blythe Manor. Like, there's certain ways to do past, present, future storytelling, and certain times it works, and certain times it does not work. Haunting of Hill House still drives me crazy to this day, and that's an example of it. This did that. This did the 5 minutes in the past, 2 in the present, 3 in the. No, I can't. Either give me a linear plot point or give me an appropriately paced past and present, right? I thought it was interesting, though, because of me saying how incredible certain things were and how trash other things were. There's a duality to this, which I find interesting. How can I hate certain aspects of this project and love certain aspects of this project at the same time? Duality. I laughed my ass off at certain points, specifically when Simi's character was venting is a better word, venting to his orchestra students about how Emma, his fiance, is now back together with her husband, who has been lost at sea for 4 years and presumed dead. That's the premise of this, right? Is Emma going to go back to Jesse? Is Emma going to stay with Sam? How's this going to happen, right? So then it's a matter of change. Things change. People change. What you wanted then might not be what you want now, and might not what you're striving for moving forward. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's a good conversation piece. Certain parts were leading towards a polyamorous throuple kind of situation, which I thought was very entertaining to throw around. That the kids were totally fine with it. The teenagers were totally fine with it. Wonderful. But the fact that he kept venting for like hours in the classroom, and then like one period led to the next, and then half the school was in the auditorium eating pizza at the end of the day as he's finishing out his monologue, and then saying he has to go and, go after the one he loves and, put it on the line and go out swinging, that kind of thing. And then just cheering him on. I left. It was so funny. It was very uplifting. I really enjoyed it. It's the one part of the entire film that I actually cheered for. Aside from Tom Everett Scott and Michaela Conlon, them together as a couple, raising a daughter, very, very cool. I loved that parent dynamic that the two of them have. I thought that was neat. And also seeing them play parent roles. Don't really see them. Tom Everett Scott, we've seen playing Greg Heffley's dad in the fourth Wimpy Kid film. Frank Heffley, very entertaining. I don't know, man. It certain things worked, certain things didn't work in this. I could go on for another 10, 20, 30 minutes on a tangent of who approved of this. And I feel bad for the talent, because the talent is not to blame for this. Sometimes the talent is to blame for this. This is an example of talent was not to be blamed for this. Certain scenes were written like it was a very dramatic play. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. This is an example of not working. Throw in the fact that you keep having that past, present, back and forth bit. It's just mind-numbingly aggravating when you have to go, okay, what year is this right now? What are we in? Because it's not saying 3 years before and 6 years prior. We get a 2 years flash forward, and thankfully it said 2 years later. Very happy about that. Everybody moved on and did their stuff, and Sam and Jesse, Sam and Emma stay together. Jesse winds up with this girl June now, but I wished it was better. I will never read this book. I have absolutely zero interest in ever seeing this again. And it's unfortunate. You have great, talented individuals given an absolute garbage script, somehow adapted from the creator's book. I don't get it. 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 On to the next review. Mahalo.